Teka, bilhin lang ang periodiko ha. Kunin ko na. So, 45 pine trees na pinutol. I think maprepreso yung mga nagputol ng pine trees finally. Dati, you see pine trees all over, no? Pero ngayon, concrete jungle, trying to be progressive like our colonial mentors. O, isa pa, sobra rin traffic, no? Alam mo, dati dito wala masyadong traffic, no? Dati you could always see all the way down. Ayan, mga kaunting pine trees na lang naroon. Pero ngayon, puros mga buildings. Nung dumating ang mga Amerikano dito, puros pine trees lahat ito, no? Taga saan kayo?
Dagupan po.
Oh, wow. Are you here for vacation?
No, we're studying. We're students po. From SLU po.
Ay,
Thank you.
sige, sige. Nice to meet you. In general, I think artists are like may preno kami sa progress. Artists want to have a balanced progress for our place where we live in. If the mayor has accepted in fact, he has accepted to have a permanent artist in his advisory council, I think that's a good start. And I think he's determined. Looks like marami siyang ginagawa. Like even this recent coronavirus thing, he's said, teka muna. Instead of the Panabenga, which is a very big tourist attractor, he took a bold decision to postpone it.
Baguio City Mayor and now tracing czar Benjamin Magalong is eyeing radical changes to current contact tracing protocols. He says contact tracers with medical backgrounds are still preferred, but retired investigators and intelligence officers might be asked to join the fray.
Ang binabanggit kong radical change doon, yung organization ng contact tracing team. Yung organization na po natin will be composed of interviewers. Yung interviewers po, magkasama na po ang law enforcement investigators, and at the same time, yung ating pong health workers, either doctors or nurses. And then at the same time, meron po tayong analyst. Tapos nung analyst, meron po tayong technical support, and then we have the community support teams, and then the encoders. So ganun na po magiging sistema niya because we're also going to use technology para po for data analytics. Gumamit kayo may ng isang certain applications. It's actually a very expensive na software na ginamit namin para sa link analysis. At ito'y part ng analytics ito. At tapos dinagdagan pa namin ng GIS ngayon. So meron kami geospatial analysis, meron pa kaming link analysis. Kaya nakikita ng mga doktor kung saan yung gaps nila. Kung sa gap nila, nakikita nila na pag na-miss nila yung isang branch doon sa sinusundan nila, almost 4 na tao yung nami-miss nila na potential na positive cases. You should understand na yung trabaho ng contact tracing, parang trabaho yan ng investigador. Naghanap ka ng suspect yan parang gano'n.
Baguio City is an environmental time bomb because of the unprecedented developments, the fast developments taking place in the city, especially sky-rise buildings being built from the years 2014 to present. You can see the difference between the Baguio before and Baguio now. So if we are not going to intervene, if the government will not going to intervene, surely Baguio City will suffer from environmental degradation.
Baguio is really suffering from its own growth. We cannot deny the fact that it has grown in terms of economic indicators, maybe gross domestic product and stuff, but at the expense of its sustainability.
Alam mo ngayon, everything is surrounded by concrete buildings, lalo pa dito sa Session Road, no? But here, yan, no? There's one of the last vistas na you can still see pine trees sa horizon. Mga buildings na nagpuputol sa lahat ng mga pine trees, no? I don't know how many more years magkakaroon pa ng ganong pine trees. Like it said dito sa headline, 45 pine trees na pinutol. So every time a big building like that goes up, another 45, another 50 pine trees. Nung yung mall, inakyat dito, 182 trees ang pinutol nila. Who's gonna stop them?
Baguio. We are one of the most dense cities, rural setting. We are rural setting pa nito. Doon sa sinabi ko sa iyo na 367, ang population density namin is 6,003 per square kilometers. That is yung nighttime population. Daytime is around 10,000 per square kilometer. And ang road capacity namin can only accommodate around 15,000 to 16,000 vehicles. Ang registered number of vehicles namin noong 2018, 64,000. 25,000 are motorcycles. Kaya ang problema mo rito sa Baguio, environment. Problema mo rin yung geohazard areas, especially occupied by settlers. Third is itong traffic. Malaking problema yan. Now, if we dissect it, yung environment, nandyan yung aming contaminated rivers. We are one of the cities na we have very contaminated rivers. Kung yung Pasig River, yung Manila Bay is 450 million per 100 ml. Ang contamination, coliform level niya. Yung Balili River, coliform level niyan is 1.6 quadrillion. Quadrillion. Ito rin isang problema namin, yung air quality namin. We have one of the poorest air qualities. In fact, there was a study in 2015 or that was in 2014 na kami number 1 poor air quality. Second lang ang Manila and Cebu. No? And just last month, I was talking to the SM executives. Sabi nila sa akin, alam mo sir, sa tingin ko tama yun eh. Kasi itong white na ko namin dito, yung cover nila, yung canvas nila, sabi niya, sir, every two years, ang linis namin dito eh. Ngayon sir, wala pang isang taon, dilinisan na uli namin. At very, very glaring yung increase ng respiratory diseases, morbidity rate. In just 2017 to 2018, ang cases namin jump as much as 87% respiratory diseases. Although bumaba na ngayon, pero glaring pa rin yun. Bakit tumaas? And it's yung quality of air. Dahil nga nakita nyo, ang daan dito, mataas ang grade incline yung mga roads namin dito. So, ang apak sa sasakyan, din, di ba? Lalo-lalo diesel. So, mas mataas ang carbon emission. So, ito yung ina-address namin lahat dito. Water is another issue. Water namin is, ang shortfall namin dito is about 10,000 to 15,000 depending on what season. A day, cubic meters a day. So, kita dito, ration dito eh. So, these are the things na problema namin dito. So, what are we doing about it? And you just have to fight for what is right. I fight for what is right.
Way back in 1998 saka 1999, he was then battalion commander ng Special Action Force. Doon ko siya unang nakasama eh. Dahil ako yung chief ng Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Task Force, seconded sa office namin yung, I think, isang batalyon ng Special Action Force ng PNP. Sila yung ginamit kong pang-rescue operation sa mga kidnap for ransom victims. Kapag ka na-identify na-locate na yung kung saan tinatago. And lahat ng kanilang rescue operations, very successful. He was then a Lieutenant Colonel, Superintendent at that time. So sila yung porsigidong naghahabol doon sa mga rogues in uniform, pati yung rescue operations ng mga kidnap for ransom victims.
Yeah, we were together sa Philippine National Police. I was then with the Special Action Force. And I saw his brand of leadership. He's a no-nonsense individual. Talagang trabaho lang. I've been in the police and military for 38 years, 8 months, and 20 days, to be exact about it.
Sabi mo kasi!
Bale, yung mga Abu Sayyafs na nakakulong sa loob, they were able to kill some of the guards. Kinuha nila yung mga armas ng mga guards. Tapos they took around 400 plus inmates as hostage. Kinontrol nila yung SICA. Yung SICA is Special Intensive Care Administration Building. Nandyan lahat ng heinous crimes. Nandyan lahat yung mga bombers, murderers, kidnappers, Abu Sayyaf, nandyan lahat. Mga rebelde na Muslim and NPA, nandyan na lahat sila. Yung pala, matagal na nilang plano. Meron silang escape plan. So tama-tama naman na kararating ko lang, narinig ko yung putukan. So nag-react kagad ako. Tapos nakita ko si General Rason. Busy siya na nakikipag-usap sa media. Humingi ako ng permission na secure ko yung perimeter. Secure ko yung perimeter, nag-deploy ako ng snipers. So basically, kinordon namin yung area. People sometimes criticize me na, why do you keep on leading your troops? Pwede mo namang ipamahagi na yan eh. Minsan, ikaw pa yung nasa harapan. Like for example, itong Bikutan Siege, I was not supposed to lead the operation, yung assault. Pero for some reason, bigla ako nag-decide na ako na lang maglilid. Because one particular general keep on saying na papalpak yan. Sinasabihan niya yung boss ko, si General Franco, papalpak yan. Papalpak, mag-fail yan. Eh dahil naririnig ko, sa galit ko, nung tinanong ni General ko na, sino ba ang maglilid? Sir, ako na sir maglilid. Ganun. Until yung last part na, yung assault. Kaya nga, tinamaan yung helmet ko. Nakita mo, may tama yung helmet ko na yun. This is my second time that I almost lost my life. The first one was in Abra, where I was wounded. And I was a lieutenant. It reminds me that, you have a family. Tama na yung pa-warrior mo. Think family na. Sometimes people criticize me kung bakit. And I say, what makes the Israeli army great? It's because the generals and the full colonels lead their men up front, not from the rear. That's who I am. I just simply have to lead my men to accomplish that mission and to bring them back home alive, safe, so that they can again be with their families.
He was a plotter. I don't know about that. Pero ang narinig ko noon, he was investigated na yun nga, na-involved sa mga, siguro mga destabilization plot,
Kudita naman yan. Kami nagplano. Ako, si General Lim, si Colonel Kirubin, at si Jason Aquino. Nakulong kami. Pero mas matagal yung kulong nila kaysa akin. Kasi sa akin is revised penal code eh.
And having been identified din sa akin, and at that time, I was with the minority, with the opposition. And for the longest time, for the whole 9 years, talagang yung administration ni dating Pangulong Arroyo was really chasing me and really tried to put me in jail, no matter what. So, yun, mga identified sa akin, hindi lang naman siya eh.
People in the Philippine National Police, they always say that I innovate a lot. That's one thing about me. I make sure that every time I take over one particular unit, sometimes they say na the general with the golden hand, because I make sure that from a low-ranking unit, na itataas ko siya because of innovation. I always think of better ways of doing things, and I always apply technology. Today, ang innovation ngayon is always related to technology. And that's precisely what I did when I was in the Philippine National Police. Use technology to, create systems. Katulad yung Crime Information Research and Analysis System. In the past, it will take you, pag gusto malaman kung ano yung crime statistics mo ng isang particular na place at this particular time, i-define mo yung parameters. It will take, sasabihin sa'yo ng mga statistician, sir, mga 2 weeks, 1 week. And so I developed yung Crime Information Research and Analysis System. It requires a crime analysis na platform with the a defined algorithm. And it will just take you about siguro seconds lang eh. Can you just imagine kung manual yan? Now, you can immediately generate that report in a matter of seconds sa Philippine National Police. Same thing with investigation. Unlike in the past na kailangan mo hahawakan mo lahat yung ang dami-dami mga papel, mga ebidensya. Ngayon, pwede mo lang i-compress mo lang siya. Para ang tinitignan mo lang, isa na lang link at diagram. Isa rin yan sa mga create ko dun sa Philippine National Police, and I called it the CMAS, the Crime Information Management and Analysis System. It's being used nationwide now sa Philippine National, being applied nationwide now. Every time I meet with my men, I always say, I don't like to be surrounded by mediocres. I like to be surrounded by leaders. Sometimes people would say, napaka-arrogante naman to. But to be honest with you, it's something very empowering because when I mean by I don't surround myself with mediocres, I mean that I'll develop you as leaders. Each and every one of the men around me, I'm going to develop you, develop your potential as leaders.
Being one authentic and true leaders in government. Leaders who look at things with a sense of urgency. Leaders, true leaders, who not think about the next election. Instead, they look at the next generation.
It's bringing out the greatness in people. You know, it's doing the unthinkable, you know, making the impossible possible.
We're going to modernize our market at a cost of 7 billion pesos this year.
Don't tell me it cannot be done. Kung ganun ang mentalidad mo, then that's the time you will be forced to innovate and look for better ways of doing things. Nung day na nangyari insidente, that was Sunday, so tinatawagan na ako ng SAF. Yung mga tao ko sa SAF kasi, nandun sila eh. Tumatawag din ako sa kanila. I was then the head of CIDG. So, nung gabi, nalaman ko na medyo tumataas na yung casualty. Maya-maya, nakatawag na ako ng phone call kay General Espina. Sabi niya, Benji, prepare ka. Madaling araw tayo bukas. Diretso tayo sa Cotabato. Pagdating namin sa Cotabato, nagkaroon ng briefing. Tapos after the briefing, nagkaroon ng konting tension sa briefing. Nagkaroon ng executive session. Paglabas, we're going to organize a board of inquiry. Pati nga kami, hindi namin alam kung ano yung board of inquiry. Ano yung board of inquiry? Usually, ang salita lang natin doon, fact-finding eh. But nevertheless, it was a BOI. So, tinanong ako, sino bang Benji ang i-recommend mo? Sabi ni General Spina sa akin, Sir, si Ed Inking, kasi siya ang area commander dito, siya ang DIPO. So, sabi ni Ed naman, sabi ko, huwag ka mag-alala, Mista. Tutulungan kita, akong bahala sa investigation. In fact, nandito na yung mga teams ko. Gagawin na namin investigation. Ikaw lang mag-lead. After 3 days, nagpaiwan kami doon ni Ed Inking. Sabi ko, sir, maiwan na ako rito dahil ayusin pa sir namin yung mga patay at yung investigation. Maya-maya, sabi ni Ed sa akin, Mista, hindi na ako. Mista is a classmate sa PMA. Sabi niya, Mista, I would like to resign as head of BOI. Bakit? May biases ako. So sabi ko, Mista, hindi ako makapag-decide. Sabi mo yan kay General Spina. Kami yung nagdala ng mga SAF 44 sa C-130. Kaming dalawa nagdala nun.
Mga pulis na minato. Oy, rompo rin utak kina. Kator na ni. Tayo kataw. Kataw. Di makataw ini, mga kapkugi niya muna.
Lalo na sa akin, mabigat sa akin because these were my men. You know? And besides, if you remember, there was a group there, the elite of the elite. Sila yung talagang pumasok doon sa enclave ni Marwan. Sila talaga yon. And it's a very special group. Even the armed forces of the Philippines, they look up to this group. These were discreetly trained by the U.S. Navy SEALs. The reason why I'm very much attached to this group is because I was the founder of this Seaborn when I was in the South. So, ito yung grupo na magmula pa ng 4 o'clock na umaga, inkwentro na sila. If you watch Survivor, Wahlberg, or Mark Wahlberg, every maneuver nila may tinatamaan, may tutumba, that's precisely what happened to them.
Di makataw ini, mga kapkugi niya muna. Kapkugi ni si Guapo. Tagapyaw na yung matati.
Isa-isa silang namamatay, isa-isa silang sugatan. But one thing about this group is just so highly trained that they fought it out. In fact, when I was talking during my investigation, when I was talking to the battalion commanders ng MILF, sabi nila, General, mayroong isang grupo na pinagtulungan na namin. Sabi niya, alam mo, ito naubos namin itong grupo na to, and he was referring to the 55th. Pero ito, pinagtulungan namin, lahat kami. Pinaligiran namin sila. Ang daming tinamaan sa amin, hindi namin sila nalapitan. Hindi ko lang sinabi sa kanya, yan ang Seaborn. That's my team. So, ito yung grupo na talagang dinaanan talaga yung hirap for 14 hours. 14 hours.
So you decided to take the order to investigate?
Dali lang. Naalala ko yung mga tao ko. Every time. Dala namin yung mga sa 44 pagdating namin sa Manila. The following day, necrological sa Bikutan. Dumating si Presidente. Tinawag ako ni Secretary ni General Spina. Sabi niya, Benji, we're being criticized na magiging bias yung BOI. By the way, sabi niya sa akin, tinanggap ko yung resignation ni Ed Inking. So, sino bang kwan natin para ma-establish natin yung credibility? Sabi ko, sir, bakit di natin kunin yung retired Chief Justice ng Supreme Court? I have 2 candidates, si Chief Justice Davide or we get Chief Justice Panganiban. So tinanong niya sa akin, sino sa kanilang dalawa na i-recommenda mo? Sabi ko, Chief Justice Panganiban, pwede kong tawagan kagad. Sige. After nung necro, sabi niya, Benji, sumunod ka. Pinapatawag ako ni Presidente at ni Secretary ni SILG. Punta kami sa konbento. Pagdating doon sa konbento, sabi niya, maiwan ka muna. Ako lang daw papasok. So, pumasok sila. After 30 minutes, lumabas siya. Naninigarilyo na siya noon. Sabi niya, Benji, sumunod ka sa akin. Punta kami doon sa kitchen ng kumbento. Hindi pa niya ako kinausap. Sabi ko, sir, ano nangyari? Hindi pa niya. Kumuha siya ng sinde. Sigarilyo pa siya doon. Ano sir, tatawagan ko na si CJ Panganiban. Sabi niya, wag na. Bakit sir? Wag na raw. Tayo na lang daw. Sabi ko, bakit? tayo-tayo na lang daw. Bakit may daw, sir? Sabi ko, "Hindi, tayo-tayo na lang daw." So, sino sir ang mag-head ng BOI? Ikaw. Sabi ko, "Sir, sige sir, walang problema sa akin. Sir, can I have about 6 months to finish the investigation?" "Hindi pwede, Benji. 1 month lang." Doon na ako, nag-isip na ako. 1 month, tapos may daw. Sabi ko, may itinatago dito. May controversial issue doon. So when I started my investigation, habang kinakausap ko na, meron akong idea what happened. Nung malapit na namin matapos, maya-maya, nandyan na uli sila, tatanungin ko ano yung initial na findings mo, when in fact, you were promised na you will be independent, di sila makikialam, pero gusto na nila malaman kung ano ba yung takbo na investigation mo. Pag nalaman nila na medyo nararamdaman nila na ilalabas mo yung katotohanan, yan na naman yung pressure sa kanila. Until nung natapos na namin yung investigation, biglang ayaw na naman papirmahin sa akin, sa amin. Kaya sabi ko nga sa kanila, sabi ko kay Giles Pina, "Sir, kung hindi namin pipirmahan ito, masasakit yung ulo nyo." "Bakit naman?" Sabi niya, "Sir, kasi pag binago natin to, hindi na sir namin pipirmahan. At magre-resign na sir kami sa serbisyo." Pinapirma sa akin. Sabi niya, "Report ka, Benji, 4 o'clock, kita tayo lahat." Pagdating ko dun sa opisina ni General Spina, nandun na lahat yung members ng command group at ibang general. Pinapresent sa akin yung findings. It's all statement of facts. Nothing about liabilities, nothing. It's purely statement of fact. Fact-finding yun. Hanggang gusto nilang tanggalin yung 1, 2, 3 of the 22 findings. Gusto nilang tanggalin yung 1, 2, 3. It refers to the President. Nung 2 hours na, talagang pagod na rin ako dahil paikot-ikot yung argument eh. So I said, "Sir, pwede bang magsalita lang, maski na 1 minuto lang?" Sabi ko, kanino ba magagalit si Presidente kung ilalabas namin ito? Sino ba sir ang mawawalan ng ambisyon at career dito kung ilalabas namin ito? Kami naman sir ang mag-i-explain eh. Hindi naman sir kayo eh. Kami rin ang tatamaan eh. Sabi ko, pati ba namang kredibilidad at integridad ay kukunin nyo pa sa amin? Wala na nakaimik doon. Tumahimik na lahat. Tapos gumanon na sa akin si General Spina. Gumanon na sa akin. Tapos gumanon na siya sa akin. Yung ibang general naman gumanon sa akin. Tapos na yung argument. Natapos na. So, that ended yung story ng Mamasapano. It was something na kaya pala namin i-uphold yung aming integridad at credibilidad maski na patindi yung pressure. Kaya we're proud. Everyone was proud. A lot of people helped in that investigation. Marami nagtrabaho doon. Pero at the end of the day, it's a matter of choosing between character and career. So, you know what? Without any mental reservation, I chose character.
I was surprised nung nalaman ko na he filed his certificate of candidacy as a matter of fact.
There were 9 candidates, pang-9 ako. Merong isang incumbent vice mayor, isang former vice mayor, 3 incumbent councilors, tapos merong isang former department head, tapos may 2 candidates na from the private sector. So 9 kami lahat. It was a good fight. I decided last minute, 5 days before the last day of filing, kasi pinilit lang ako rito eh.
Hindi naman literally ako yung nag-convince. Siguro, sarili niyang desisyon. So, hindi siguro yung directamente nag-influence. Siguro, ang ibig sabihin, naka-influence sa kanya.
I had a good life. I was in Steel Asia as Senior Vice President for Operations. It's the biggest steel company. So. And then at the same time, I was with PNOC as a member of the motherboard. I was also an independent director nung company that will build the subway station sa Makati. So it was I had a good life sa corporate sector. And then bigla akong inimbita na parang guilt therapy, kinonsensya ka ng kinonsensya, binalikan ka ng binalikan sa bahay, tawag dito, text dito. And for some reason, siguro sa asar ko na rin, sige na, tatakbo na ako. Wala akong lineup, wala akong congressman, walang vice mayor, wala akong councilor. Tapos nung the night before yung filing, sabi nung kapitbahay ko, sir, samahan na lang kita para may kasama ka. So, meron ako isang councilor sa lineup ko. February, number 5 pa lang kami. Yung pinadala nga sa akin ni Senator Lacson na, Benji, number 5, ito yung resulta ng survey. Hindi ko binuksan yung mismong dokumento. Nalungkot ako dahil number 5 kami, February na. So, tinago ko, hindi ko binuksan. Tinanong ko na lang yung mga tao ko, sabi ko, malakas ba tayo? Sabi nila sa akin, sir, malakas tayo. Sabi ko sa kanila, hindi tayo malakas. Replan tayo, re-strategize tayo. Hindi tayo malakas. So that's precisely what we did.
Before the Spaniards came, Benguet, or this place, was called in different Ibaloy names. No? Burnham Park then was called Cafagway, which became the center of the rancheria or the pastolan ng mga cattle ng mga Ibaloy dito sa Baguio. The Spaniards had always been interested in the mines of Benguet as early as 1600s. So they've been sending a lot of military expeditions here in Benguet to find the much talked about gold in Benguet, which included Baguio at that time. Baguio was, as a city, was founded by the Americans. It was established in 1908 as a chartered city. It was developed as a rest and recreation place for American officials, military officials, and government officials who wanted to rest and to recuperate from a sickness that was then called Philippinitis. It's an American term to refer to homesickness. Maybe at that time you can call it depression among Americans who were missing their home in the U.S.
Baguio is basically composed of people from the lowlands, from Pangasinan, La Union, and Cordillerans, Highlanders. It's a mix. May mga Tagalog rin dito, marami dito. It was designed for 30,000 people. Ang population niya ngayon, noong 2015, is 345. At a growth rate of 1.5 annually. In-extrapolate namin, this year, 2019, we're 367,000. That's the resident census. Ang daytime population namin rito is around 500, 550. When the tourist arrivals peaks, maabot kami ng 800, 900.
It is certainly overpopulated. Our population is growing exponentially and our carrying capacity is really beyond.
Ang road capacity namin can only accommodate around 15,000 to 16,000 vehicles. Ang registered number of vehicles namin noong 2018, 64,000. 25,000 are motorcycles. Kaya ang problema mo rito sa Baguio, environment. Problema mo rin ang geohazard areas, especially occupied by settlers. Third is itong traffic. Malaking problema yan.
Ang isang noticeable na napansin namin, yung traffic gumaang kasi considering na maraming umakyat sa Baguio because of the PMA alumni homecoming, ang dating nakita namin noon, basta maraming umakyat sa Baguio, ang traffic buhol-buhol. But then he employed this system na talagang medyo maganda yung systematic. Sabi ko, napansin ko nga na talagang magaang yung traffic.
So what we're doing now is we are experimenting. Kaya makita mo pag umikot ka, bakit ang daming mga plastic barriers, mga cones na nakikita. Pero bumibili kami ngayon ng traffic simulation software para mas scientific yung approach. Kasi hindi lang mere observation eh. Kailangan malaman, anong impact, pag ginalaw ko to, anong impact nito sa ilan. Ang strategic direction namin is stop investing in the city of Baguio. Stop putting up industries in the city of Baguio. Instead, help the adjacent municipalities develop and sustain their growth. Invite investors to invest in the adjacent municipalities. Helping them would help Baguio decongest. That's why nag-create kami ng BLIST. Baguio, La Trinidad, Itogon, Sablan, Tuba, Tublay, adjacent municipalities. I'm the chairman of the BLIST. I was elected as the chairman of the BLIST. So ngayon yun ang direction namin, to put up eco zones para yung mga companies that would like to invest in Baguio, huwag na sa Baguio, doon na lang kayo mag-invest. At the same time, inaayos din namin yung aming local public transport rerouting plan from 57 jeepneys, lines, i-reduce namin into manageable na mga 20 plus na lines na lang. What we're doing now is making the city walkable. Making sure that this is a city with vanishing sidewalks. So anong intention namin dito is we have to construct wider sidewalks, better sidewalks, uniform sidewalks. In fact, this year, we are putting in 200 million to rebuild, rehabilitate our sidewalks. Every year, we're going to invest 200 million, 200 million, 200 million. Total cost of 600 million. Lahat yan dito. So this will be a walkable city. And at the same time, wala na yung, makikita mo yung step na, ganon, wala na. Slope na yan. Para PWD friendly, sa gitna may yellow. Na makikita mo yung tactiles, yung para sa mga bulag. In-experiment namin, nag-build kami ng isang, sa lugar na heavy traffic, nilagay namin doon kung okay yung gagamitin namin na sidewalk using lahar sand. We need to rehabilitate the entire sewerage system at a cost of 22 billion per JICA report. Why? Ang naproprocess lang namin, iisa lang ang STP namin sa buong syudad. One STP can only process 8,600 cubic meters. Anong total wastewater output namin or discharge? 44,000 cubic meters. So 15% lang ang naproprocess. So it won't surprise you kung bakit mataas ang contamination ng river namin. Paano namin i-rehabilitate? 22 billion. We cannot. Maski na balik-tarin mo pa yung finances namin, we cannot, we don't have the funds. So what I did was to talk to ADB. And series of talks, finally ADB said, okay, we're willing to fund it. We're going to help you rehabilitate, soft loan and grant and technical assistance. We're going to rehabilitate it this year. We're going to put up, modernize our market this year. Hopefully, Megawide would start integrated transport terminal this year. The walkable city. Yung aming 400 million na building annex, it will be this year. Yung aming 450 million convergence center, the first phase will be this year. Our waste to energy will be this year. Low carbon urban transport system is already, in the pipeline. May series of strategic planning pa kami with the United Nations Development Program. Our sewerage system, our smart city system, the 200 million smart city system, the first of its kind. We'll do it here. Meron kaming command center. Our cameras will be artificial intelligence. Smart lighting na kami. Papunta na kami sa smart lighting to be integrated in that smart system. Pati yung traffic namin, yung traffic signalization will be smart traffic. Yung aming air quality, integrated sa system. Kaya puro artificial intelligence lahat yan. Even our no-contact apprehension, the way we monitor our criminals, crime incidents, artificial intelligence na yan. The way we capture faces, facial recognition, is artificial intelligence. So a lot of things are gonna happen in the city of Baguio. I'm not building a diving board wherein if you take off at a certain height, bigla kang bababa, magde-descend ka. I'm building a launching pad. Now, if you take off, sisigurado mong tuloy-tuloy siyang aakyat ng aakyat, maski wala na ako. How do I do it? Is I make sure that there is participation from the community. And that's the reason why I have an advisory council composed of well-distinguished individuals from the different sectors who are members of the advisory group, part of my transformation program. They will make sure na yung mga plano namin, strategic plans namin, maski na nagpalit na ng administration, it will take off. Kasi sila magsasabi na this is a product of community participation, of a government that allows people to participate. So hindi mo pwedeng pahintuin yan kasi lahat kami involved dyan sa planning na yan. Akala ko mahirap mag-lead. No, it's not. If they see that you have the moral ascendancy to lead, they will follow. If they see that you walk your talk, they'll follow. If they see that you're willing to give up your life to protect your people, they'll follow. Sa government kasi, when you do public service, there is always that public service fire burning in you. If you notice, I don't even put my rank, my name. I just place there public servant. Even my business card to remind me who I am. It's a huge sacrifice. And sometimes I ask myself, my family, sometimes when we talk, my wife, sabi, is it really worth it? Financially, it's not. Layo. But when I see people smiling, people, senior citizens, embracing me, showing that sign, yung mga distinguished individuals giving me that thumb up sign, and I say to myself, it's worth it.